Well, it appears I made a mistake earlier. I didn't realize how far we'd gotten in this series. I didn't realize I had already put out episodes 2.7 or 2.7 and 2.8. And we were actually filming 2.9 earlier, and we're in the middle of 2.10 already. As you can see, the engine's looking pretty good. I've got it mounted, and it's got some feel-good weight to it, so I'm happy with that. I'm getting ready to put the headlight on it. I'm going to use a cow scale, part number 190-206, the PAL National headlight with visor, which is, you know, it's a handsome headlight. It sits down low on the pilot. It's not up high or in the middle of the smoke box, since the smoke box obviously has those two air pumps right there on the front, screaming C&O, and a bell right up top, again screaming an obvious Chesapeake and Ohio design. I did have to switch motors in order to get the boiler to fit on correctly, and that's what enabled me to finally get it mounted to the frame properly, and that's why it's got a proper stance to it. As it sits, you see what it looks like with the tender sitting behind it. It's looking pretty good now. In fact, it's looking a lot better than it did before. All it really remains now is to do the finish-up work, put the handrails back on, and get her, you know, get the headlight on, get the final detail painting done on it, and then of course I'll eventually get it decaled. But this engine is very, very close to finished, and I figured I got it this far along. The next time you see this engine, hopefully, it will be running down the tracks pulling a train, namely a passenger train. My point in making this series of videos was not necessarily to try to show off anybody. It's to show that, by golly, if I can do it, just about anybody can do this. You know, it's not a matter of, you know, and you know, if you do it yourself, you've got so much greater satisfaction in it. Even if you don't have all the bells and whistles in it. This is a DC only locomotive. It doesn't have DCC. It doesn't have sound other than the motor sound, and it's pretty quiet at that. You know, it's still much more satisfying than plopping down $500 on the latest, greatest crap from China, a country that doesn't appreciate what we do for them, obviously. Yeah, I've tried to tell manufacturers over and over, they're still a communist country. What are they going to do when they take your Chinese factory away from you? Well, there ain't much you're going to do. You're just going to live with it, and you're going to live with the loss, and I suppose you'll pass it on to your consumers like you've always done in the past. But this kind of concludes episode 2 here at 2.10. I was really surprised how far I got it tonight and got everything together, and she's basically ready to finish up. Like I said, I've gotten it this far, and I feel that I've showed you enough, because, you know, if you're going to build one, you're gonna detail it to your liking anyway. So until next time, all I got to say is happy railroading.